That's the command.
So Rabbi Prosnit wishes you Shabbat Shalom. He is currently, as we speak, traveling back from the mountains of Vermont, and we'll be back in the synagogue next week. So you have me tonight. And I wish you all a Shabbat Shalom. So we've been living through a very difficult month of June. Think back to last June and what it held for us. The promise of summer, vacations, rejuvenations, and it felt really, really good. We just took it for granted. This month of June, we've been struggling with issues of our health and civil riots, unrest, disturbing events that stretch our minds in disbelief and anger. But this month of June also marks the month of Gay Pride, something we can actually celebrate. And we wouldn't dare end this month without marking its importance. As the sun sinks and the colors of the day turn, we offer a blessing for the twilight. For twilight is neither day nor night, but in between. We are all twilight people. We can never be fully labeled or defined. We are many identities and loves, many genders and none. We are in between and at the intersection of histories, or between places and place. We are crisscross paths of memory and destination, streaks of light and swirled together. We are neither day nor night. We are both, neither, and all. May the sacred in-between of this evening suspend our certainties, soften our judgments, and widen our vision. May this in-between light illuminate our way to the God who transcends all categories and definitions. May the in-between people who have come to pray be lifted up into this twilight. We cannot always define. We can always say a blessing. Blessed are you, God. God who brings on the twilight. We continue our service on page 138 with the singing of Lacha Dodi. We will sing verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. And before the last verse, we will rise. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat mekamela. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat mekamela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad. Adonai echad u'shmo turn now to page 142 as we join in the singing of Shalom Aleichem. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Lochem Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Melech Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Barchoni l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Melech Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Seitchem l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Melech Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So if you want to take a moment, if you have candles, to light the candles. In a moment, we'll say the bracha, the blessing. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu. Now we turn to page 123 as we rise for Kiddush. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho b'ahava uvratzon inchilanu, zikaron lema'aseh bereshit, ki hu yom techila lemikra kodesh, zecher litziat Mitzrayim, kivanu v'charta ve'otanu kidashta mikol hamim, ve'shabbat kodesh Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh ha-Shabbat. Amen. L'chaim. We come together this Shabbat, each bringing to the sanctuary a private world of hopes, of fears, and of dreams. Some of us are burdened by anxieties and cares that all but crash our faith in the future. Others have hearts filled with happiness, grateful for the joys of the past week, yet aware that even the most fortunate are vulnerable before the mystery of tomorrow. Every life is a unique blending of joy and sorrow, of fulfillment and frustration. Beneath our uniqueness, we are all bound together by our common humanity. All of us most deeply yearn for the blessing of freedom and peace. Each of us seeks the personal liberation of a mind that is not enslaved to conventional wisdom. A heart that is able to love without fear, a spirit that cries yes to the universe. Each of us strives too for the inner peace that comes with finding a harmony between our aspirations and our abilities. This is the Shabbat peace to which we aspire. We continue now on page 144 with Chatzi Kaddish. Yitkada v'yitkada shmei Rabbah, v'halema divrach chirutei, v'yomech malchutei, v'chayechon u'v'yomechon, u'v'chayedech al Beit Yisrael, Bagala, Bagala, u'v'zman kariv, v'meru, Amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevorach, le'olam u'l'ol me'ol maya, yitbarach, yitbarach v'yishtabach, v'yitfa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh, v'yitalal, shemei dekudsha, Richu leila min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiran be'alma v'meru. Amen. We now turn to page 146 as we rise for the Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach, Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Page 148. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech ha'olam, asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim, v'chokhma poteach she'arim, u'vitvanei mishanei itim, u'machalif et hazmanim, u'misater et ha'kochavim, v'mishmerotehem barakia kirtzono, borei yom v'layla, golel or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or. Uma'avir yom u'mevi laila, umavdil ben yom uven laila, Adonai Tzevaot Shemo. El Chai v'Kayam, Tamid Yimloch Aleinu Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Ata Adonai, HaMa'ariv Aravim. We turn now to Ahavat Olam. Ahavat Olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha ahavta, Amcha ahavta. Torah u'mitzvot, chukim u'mishpatim, otanu limadeta, otanu limadeta. Al ken Adonai Eloheinu v'shochbinu ufmeinu nasiach b'chukecha v'nismach b'divrei Toratecha u'mitzvotecha v'olam ba'ed ki em chayenu. Be'orech yameinu, u'lahem negei yomam v'layla, negei yomam v'layla. Ve'ahavatcha tasir, Emanu-El Baruch Ata Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto La'olam Va'ed. Please be seated. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha. Ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavecha hayom al levavecha. Veshinantam levanecha, vedibarta baham, veshivtecha b'betecha, uvlechtecha v'derech, uvshochtecha uvkumecha, ukshartam lehot al yadecha, v'hayu letotafot beinenecha, uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha leman tizkeru va'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'tem kedoshim lelohechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני Adonai Elohechem Emet. God did not lead us by the nearer way when Pharaoh let the people go at last, but round about by way of the wilderness. Pillars of fire and cloud marking day and night to the edge of the flood tide, uncrossable and vast. If God had led us by the nearer way, we cried, we wouldn't die here. Let Egypt oppress us as it will. Let us return to the past. But we have come out by way of the wilderness. In fear on faith, free now because we say we are free, no longer the unchosen, the outcast. God did not lead us by the nearer way, but into rising waters, which do not part unless with an outstretched arm we step forward and stand fast. Round about by way of the wilderness, we have come, blessed with love, lesbian, gay, or sanctified in ways of our own, to bless our God who did not lead us by the nearer way, but round about by way of the wilderness. We turn now to Mi Chamocha on page 158. Yai, lai, 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 lai. Our people came out of Egypt a mixed multitude, the spraying of dividing waters, sparkling diamonds all around them. We stood together at Sinai, all of us, future, present, past, amid the rumble of thunder and the crack of bright lightning to enter into covenant with the one who loves us, in whose shining image we are all created, over and over again. We have wandered bleak landscapes, built flimsy tents of skin and then houses of stone. We have planted orchards and vineyards, seen two temples rise and then go down in the surging flames, forcing us into exile. We have loved and lost, grieved and danced, transgressed and celebrated, hidden, suffered, thrived. And we gather here this day in the community of our people, a mixed multitude, and we sign out. Hear, O Israel, we stand together, all of us, descendants of the single first human created on the sixth day. and of our myriad parents down through the generations, too numerous to name. We stand together, link arms, and pray. Blessed are you, God of the universe, who sanctifies us with the commandment to love ourselves and one another in all our varied ways, and blesses us with a diamond bright radiance that still ripples out from your first spoken words of creation. We turn now to page 160. Hashkivenu is a beautiful prayer. Grant that we lie down in peace and raise us up, our guardian, to life renewed. Spread over us the shelter of peace. That is something that we need so badly right now. So this is a very beautiful setting, and to me, it is truly Hashkivenu, that we should lie down in peace and raise up to life renewed, and all that that means. We now turn to page 164. For the Amidah, please rise. Adonai sifat yiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai open
open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, האל הגדול הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים, וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע, מוריד אתה. מחכה חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו בשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומידו מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש. Please be seated.
We continue with our Amida silently. My God, I thank you for my life, my soul and my body, for my name, for my sexual and affectionate nature, for my way of thinking and talking. Help me realize that in my qualities, I am unique in the world, and that no one like me has ever lived. For if there had ever before been someone like me, I would not have needed to exist. Help me make perfect my own ways of love and caring, that by becoming perfect in my own way, I can honor your name and help bring about the coming of the Messianic age. We continue with Oseh Shalom.
Oseh Shalom Bimrava, Uyaseh Shalom Aleinu, Le'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'imru, Amen. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al Kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al Kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al Kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al Kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al Kol
We turn now to page 371. I have to tell you that my light is fading, so it'll take me a moment to get to the page. Mishaberach Avotenu v'imotenu, Avraham, Yitzchak, v'Yaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, v'Leah. May the one who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bless and heal those who are ill. Tonight we think of Zalman Ben Dina, Gabby Kraft Buckman, Jeffrey Carlin, Aaron Taylor, Susan Robb, Linda Rubino, Arlene Furman, David Bregman, Rabbi Rob Nosenchuk, Neil Silverman, Susan Klein, Linda Fleischer, Don Hirsch, Martin Ostroff, Sharon Neese, Pearl Weitzman, Summer Curter, Mason Rockmore, Emily Tucker, Bernie Weinstein, Larry Maslow, Harry Shellman, Barry Schwartz, Rochelle Spergel, Martin Spergel, Mike Blumenfeld, Sumsai Billaway, Clive Brown, Marcia Brown, Mayor Gittel, Marissa Fisher, Andy Sikorsky Diorio, Kathleen Murphy, Nicasio Gritina, Artie Lerner, Stacy Whitfeld, and Nate Naslow. If there are people whose names you wish to be mentioned, Belle Myers, Ann Glass, Toby Burke, Harold Cohen, Allison Tischler, Abe and Carol Brafman, may the blessed Holy One be filled with compassion for their health, to be restored and their strength to be received. May God swiftly send them a complete renewal of body and spirit. And let us say together, Amen. Tonight, we are really, really blessed. I remember many years ago at an Onyx Shabbat meeting Adam and John Blumenreich. It is our custom as clergy and board members as well to find people who are standing alone, who might not know anyone at the ONEG, and to make them feel welcome. This is many years ago. And I saw Adam and John, I think it was both of them, and I went up to them and greeted them, and they were the most wonderful people, and they were going to join our temple. And I was so happy. I knew that they would find a good home here at Temple Emanu-El. And John and Adam have contributed to our temple with great measure for so many years. I remember John was teaching in the religious school, and that was a wonderful, I hope, experience for you. I was privileged to be at their wedding with Rabbi Kroloff. And now, as you see, they have a beautiful, beautiful little daughter, Alana, who is in our ECE program for infant and toddlers. And before COVID-19, I would go down, I would sneak down and visit Alana just to see how she was doing. She is absolutely beautiful. And it's just a wonderful thing to see how life continues and what happens to people, and they form a marriage and they form a family and be a part of our synagogue. So I'm going to ask Adam if you can unmute yourself. Ah, there's Alana. I'm so glad she's there.
Say hi.
Hi.
Say Shabbat Shalom, Temple Emanu-El. No.
Is she not precious? She's so precious. So it's all yours, guys. We welcome them, and thinking of who would be the best person to speak at our Pride Shabbat, but Adam and John, because they are so dear to us. It's all yours.
All right, well, thank you. I think for the most part, you're going to end up with me since John is holding Alana, and we'll be entertaining her for the next few minutes. So for those of you who do not know me, my name is Adam Blumenreich, and together with my husband John and our daughter Alana, we are proud members of the Westfield community and the family of Temple Emanu-El, and have been so for the past 10 years. Hard to believe how fast time flies by. So most recently, Cantor Martha approached us and asked us to speak here tonight to celebrate the gay, lesbian, transgender, queer plus community. And when she did, our reaction really was, well, why? Aside from being poster men for all things gay, we really don't have anything profound to say when it comes to gay rights or acceptance. We were not of the generation that was fighting, literally fighting for our equal rights and acceptance. This might come as a surprise to many of you, but we were not part of the group of men who decided to turn police brutality back against themselves at the Stonewall Inn in Manhattan on the fateful night that would kick off the gay rights movement. We were not a party to any of the many lawsuits against the government that would ultimately give rise to our equal rights. And we certainly don't come from or reside in communities that are not accepting. I mean, Jews, right? We're probably one of the most accepting, one of the most reasonably minded groups out there when it comes to acceptance of those who do not fit the white heteronormative mold. You see, I grew up with a loving and accepting family in Dix Hills, a suburb of New York very similar in nature to that of Westfield today. Okay, perhaps the Jewish population might be a little bit higher there, but who's counting? And John grew up in northern New Jersey, bastion of diversity and community acceptance. I went to the University of Arizona after my folks moved to Scottsdale. It was jokingly called Jew of A and U of Gay. I then went off to law school in New York, where I founded the Gay Students Association, which was founded on the principle of building bridges between communities. While a student, I got to attend the Supreme Court hearing on the case that would ultimately give us the right to have consenting romantic relations, the same as everyone else. Then, one fateful day, I met John while commuting to and from work. And after a few years, we eventually bought our first house here in Westfield. That was 10 years ago. We then made it official with a civil union. Yes, we kind of like to do things backwards sometimes. And of course, a civil union was nothing more than a marriage by another name, which then got converted over to marriage in the eyes of the state after the federal government reversed years of discrimination against us. We have both been active in the community and in Temple, as you heard Kent and Martha say. John was on the executive committee for a few years before moving on to other civic ventures. Then, 11 months ago, our most beautiful daughter, Alana, was born to us through surrogacy, which, by the way, is the most spectacular process. It's amazing how far science has come. And of course, you all got to meet Alana a few moments ago, but here she is saying hi to you all.
Hi.
You see, our story is a happy story, right? We are the product of a generation that has it far easier than the generations before us. And from what I can see, the younger generations have it even easier. Coming out and being openly gay today is much less a thing than it was in the past. See, I don't have anything profound to say, right? I mean, I'm a gay man and I'm proud of the things I've accomplished. Is that the meaning or not the meaning of gay pride? Though maybe that in and of itself is profound compared to the horror and fight the previous generations endured. Maybe. However, as we celebrate the liberty we have received to be treated like human beings, we must be reminded and must not forget that there are still marginalized communities across the country who are not treated with the human dignity they deserve. The Black man walking down the street at night on his way home. The Muslim woman dressed in a hijab walking down the aisles in the supermarket. The Latino family enjoying a beautiful day in the park. Again, I don't have anything profound to say. All people, of all races, of all cultural backgrounds, regardless of whether they are or identify as male or female, or love someone of the same or of a different sex should be treated the same. I don't know. Maybe to some, this idea of equality is profound, in which case, shame on them. Shame on the leader who incites community hatred and uses terms us and them, trying to divide us rather than unite us. Shame on those who back the leader who incites community hatred. And worst of all, shame on those of us who affirmatively engage in those egregious acts of violence or discrimination against anyone because they belong to a marginalized community. And finally, shame on those of us who stand by idly when we witness these violent acts or acts of social discouragement. You see, this applies not just to our social group settings of our everyday lives, but also to our political regime. And perhaps more importantly, they apply to our children as students in their schools. No matter the situation, no one deserves to die or to be beaten up because of the color of their skin. No one deserves to be denied community hospitality or even proper medical treatment because of the gender or sex in which they are or identify. No one deserves to be pushed to the sidelines of society with the hopes that they will go away. Again, I don't have anything profound to say. For you see, none of this should be profound. None of this should need to be addressed. None of this should need to be spoken. And yet it is the opposite that is wholly true. We need to address the issue of discrimination and hatred of those who are different head on. And as a community and as individuals, we need to do better, because as a community and as individuals, we are all human with human emotion and the human ability to hurt physically and feel pain. Yes, because Black Lives Matter. And yes, because gay rights are equal rights. And yes, because women's pay needs to be equal pay. During this month of June, I'll admit, I get a little excited to see stories highlighting accomplishments of gay men and women, whether it be in science or sports or celebrities. But honestly, why this month? Why not all year long? And for some reason, the Supreme Court has a habit of releasing opinions on gay rights during the month of gay pride, just as it did last week on one's ability to stay employed, no matter the sex or gender of which they self-identify or the sex or gender of the person they love. I just wish, and maybe that day will come within our lifetime, but I wish for the day where all people of all communities are and feel just as welcome, accepted, and embraced as I do right here, right now, with my family, with as many opportunities as I have been afforded in life. I don't have anything profound to say. Thank you, happy Pride, and Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom. You know, Adam and John, you exemplify all that I consider our congregation to be. You are cherished members of our congregation, and now with Alana, your family increases, and we are so grateful, first of all, for your speaking tonight in those really profound words. But you do exemplify all that we want to be and all that we believe in our congregation. And I thank you, and all of us thank you from the bottom of our hearts for sharing your thoughts. Right, thank you. Great job.
Thank you.
Alana, thank you so much. I don't think any of you forget this Pride Shabbat because of you. Thank you. So we continue our service on page 586, and we rise for the Aleinu.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמענו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
Please be seated. Page 591. May we gain wisdom in our lives, overflowing like a river with understanding. Loved each of us for the peace we bring to others. May our deeds exceed our speech, and may we never lift up our hand, but to conquer fear and doubt and despair. Rise up like the sun, O God, over all humanity. Cause light to go forth over all the lands between the seas, and light up the universe with joy, wholeness, of freedom, and of peace. V'nemar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz vayom hahu Vayom hahu yeh Adonai echad, u'shemo echad. Oh God, remember today our LGBTQ siblings who were martyred in years past, those murdered by fanatics in the Middle Ages, those who perished in the Holocaust, and those struck down in our own city, in our own time. Remember those who took their own lives, driven by despair, by a world that hated them because of their love or gender. And in mercy, remember those who lived lives of loneliness, repressing their true natures, the sacrifice, refraining of sharing their love with one another. Oh God, remember the sacrifice of these martyrs and help us bring an end to hate and oppression of every kind. Tonight, we recall the loved ones who have died in the last 30 days observing Shloshim. Gordon Harris, Gerald Gelber, Richard Lacey, Cynthia Clark, David Binder, Rosalind Samuels, Judith Marks, Maury Acker, and Stephen Caban. And we also remember those whose yahrzeits fall on this day. Carmen Alamino, Leonard Barrison, Anita Bernstein, Mayor Biddleman, Morton Brody, Jerry Cohen, Kiki Cohen, Harold Adelson, Reba Edelberg, Harold Eisner, Ruth Feuerstein, Michael Frankel, Esther Gardner, Bessie Gershon, Mildred Goldberger, Dr. Max Goldberg, Samuel Goldman, Lillian Goldstone, Herbert Granick, Ann Kaufman, Hilda Kimmel, Sheila Rossoff, Eugene Cover, Penny Kravitz, Solomon Kushner, Leva Lewis-Levin, Sylvia Levine, Martin Lucan, Gus Nidweski, Herman Louis Pfeffer, Theodore Picker, Benjamin Rappaport, Estelle Rinn, Sandra Rosen, Bernard Rudofsky, Renee Saxon, Michael Schwartz, Leonard Siegel, Henrietta Zelpst, Seal Sharrow, B. Simon, Leslie Sobo, Kenneth Spinadel, Ida Tabachnik, Max Zank. And we also remember those who gave their lives for their own personal freedoms, for those who believed in the cause of being themselves in the face of humanity. If there are any other names for Kaddish, I guess there are not. We rise, page 598, to recite Mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah. Ve'almad yivarach hirutei ve'amlich malchutei. V'chayachon uv'yomechon uv'chayetachol Beit Yisrael. Ba'agala uv'izman kari v'imru amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevorach la'olam u'l'olmei olmaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. Yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei dekutsha b'richu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata. Da'amiran ve'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shalom rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. We've added some names. Hyman Tucker, Mayor Washaw, Esther Weisbrot, Gerard Weiss, Rose Wishy, Philip Zach, Bernard Silverman, and Max Zunk. Please be seated. I've really been blessed tonight, a little terrified in the beginning, but really blessed tonight to share this service with you. Pride Shabbat, it should be Pride Shabbat every Shabbat, every day of the year. And I think that's something that we can be proud of, that we actually celebrate in our congregation every single day. And that's something that we can be very proud of. I wanted to thank Adam and John and Alana for sharing wonderful thoughts and sharing your beautiful, beautiful daughter with us. And we can't wait until we can all be together, when you can bring her to services and we can all surround you safely and share in your love. You guys are so special to us. You have no idea. So there's this wonderful song that's on page 643 that you've sung many times. It's a song that we use at times like this to encourage people not to be complacent, but to be active and understand what their responsibility is to humanity. Of course, I still can't see it. Let's see. Oh, wrong page. Kol ha'olam kulo gesher tsar ma'od. The entire world is but a narrow bridge. The most important thing is not to be afraid. Not to be afraid to act. Not to be afraid to believe in humanity. To believe in the freedom of all people. The rights of all people. And for this, we will bring about a better world for all of us. Gesher tsar ma'od. Kol ha'olam kulo gesher tsar ma'od. Gesher tsar ma'od. Gesher tsar me'od, kol ha'olam kulo. Gesher tsar me'od, gesher tsar me'od. Ve'ha'ikar, ve'ha'ikar, Gesher tsar me'od, gesher tsar me'od, gesher tsar me'od, kol ha'olam kulo, gesher tsar me'od, gesher tsar me'od. Ve'ha'ikar, was singing this song, I thought of Rabbi Kroloff, with whom I had the blessing to work with and to be mentored by for 17 years. And this was so important to him, social justice. You know, he marched with Dr. King. He inspired all of us, and that tradition continues on today. For us all to be so proud of what our temple does. And Rabbi Kroloff started that tradition. And I'm so proud to say that it still continues. And he and Terry are still with us, an important part of us. And I'm just very grateful. So I wanted to say that. One last reading. I love this reading. One of the most important teachings of the Torah is Ve'ahavta l'reacha kamocha. Love your neighbor as yourself. There are no ifs, ands, or buts. We are commanded to love all members of the fabulous human family. In the creation account of the book of Genesis, God creates us, B'Tselem Elohim, in God's image. That means all of us, no matter our race, religion, gender identity, nationality, economic status, disability, or sexual orientation. All reflections of the divine being who created us all. Therefore, when we act with love and compassion toward one another, we become holy. But holiness is not enough. Being holy means we become aware of our task to fix this broken world. The biblical prophets urge us on with their words, Tzedek, tzedek, tirdof, justice, justice shall you pursue. Pursuing justice means that we will keep working until our objectives are achieved, until we gain full civil rights for all, including marriage equality and non-discrimination protections across our country. Each one of us carries the divine spark within. And when these sparks come together, be they 2 sparks in marriage or many more sparks in community, there is that much more godliness in the world. Bigotry prevents the sparks from uniting, from joining with other sparks. Bigotry and hatred keep people in their shells afraid. Bigotry is the absence of justice. So pursuing justice means dealing with bigotry head on. It means educating others about the diversity and beauty of God's creation. It means not being afraid of ourselves. It means letting our sparks shine as bright as they can. For where there is light, there is hope. And justice penetrates the dark. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asanu b'tselem Elohim. Praised are you, our God, ruler of the universe, who has made all of us in your image as amazing, awesome, and wonderful creations. Shabbat shalom. You can all unmute yourselves and say hey. See if we can I even do this myself?
Hey, there we go. Nice job, Adam.
Hey, Adam.
Thanks, Bri.
Adam.
Thank you. It's wonderful.
Beautiful service, Martha. Hi, Chuck and Terry.
I just unmuted. I just unmuted.
Right there.
Thank you to Jackie Gruscott and Mandy Zucker for manning
Where's Jerry?
our service.
Hi, Susan.
You're welcome.
Thank you to Adam and John and Alana.
Thank you, Marcy. That was a beautiful service.
Right.
You can't unmute? Oh, Rabbi Krola.
No,
Jackie, can you
if I
unmute
can
Rabbi
unmute
Krola?
you. I'm gonna try.
You're all unmuted.
Unmute.
Hi, guys.
Ari, how are you feeling?
Got it now.
There you go.
There you go.
Thank you, Martha. Thank you, Mike. You're leading.
Hi, Adam and John.
Adam and John. Joanna, Jackie
I
and.
can't really hear you. Rabbi Kroloff, it's hard to hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Martha,
Yeah.
for those beautiful words. Thank you, Adam and John, and most of all, Ilana.
I can't get us on the,
Thank you,
I don't
man.
know why. Oh, here we are. That's me.
Hi, Muriel.
Shabbat shalom.
Hi.
Shabbat
Proud of
shalom,
your
everyone.
sons?
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Hi, Ed. Hi, John. Right.
Hi, Esther.
Hannah.
Said hi.
Enjoyed.
Great service.
Beautiful.
Shabbat shalom.
Hi,
The
everybody.
beautiful service.
Everyone. Shabbat shalom.
Carol.
Shalom, Carol.
Oh,
Carol, are you all set, Carol? We have a minion for Maury Acker on Tuesday at 7
Hi, Ed.
o'clock.
Hi, John.
so we'll be there.
Hello, my friends.
She'll see it.
So wonderful to see your faces.
You say something.
You too.
Oh, okay. Carol, condolences. We'll
Thank you.
be this Tuesday.
Okay, thank you. Take care.
We're all set, Carol.
Thank you, Martha. Take care.
Oh, we love you. We want to make sure everything is okay. You deserve it,
Appreciate that. Appreciate it.
for sure. Muriel, are you there? Are you listening?
I am here.
Are you proud? So proud?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hi there.
Hi, it's so great to see you.
It's so good to see you also. I haven't seen you in a very long time. I'm
Are
very
you a proud
of
mother
that
or
family.
what? And a proud grandmother.
I'm a very proud, and I don't hide it either. I'm a very proud grandma. She doesn't have a clue who I am, but I'm a very proud grandma.
It's okay, doesn't matter. She will.
Soon we'll get together.
Yes,
It was
absolutely.
good to hear them. It was good to see them. It was wonderful to see them.
It was
actually.
great. They were awesome. They are awesome, but they were
I
awesome.
remember when you were there. I remember when you were with us, and yes, I do.
Oh, yeah.
Many
Yep.
years. Yes.
Wonderful memories.
Good memories. Good
Wonderful.
memories.
Oh, for sure. You bet.
And now we have a very beautiful granddaughter.
bet.
So can't ask for more than that.
I know.
He is so precious.
Is
Thank
he
you.
incredible?
Thank you so much.
precious.
And
She
thank you for all
incredible.
your kind words to them. I can't tell you how much it's appreciated.
Oh,
Long time,
all-
right from the beginning.
you bet. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
We're so lucky.
Yeah, you did a wonderful job tonight, by the way. You really did a beautiful, beautiful job. It was a pleasure being with you and sharing services with you tonight.
I was nervous as hell doing it all by myself.
You hit it very well.
Yeah,
It's okay.
it was very easy.
It's a lot to do.
I don't know what
back
you're
and forth.
drinking. I don't know if
The sun
but you
started
did it
going
very
down,
well.
and I couldn't see a thing.
I saw that. And then
My
what are you
God,
supposed
like, where am I going to read?
Can you use a flashlight?
Well, if I
Flashlight by
don't,
your side,
it's so
and
funny.
that stops the problem of the sun going down.
Yeah, I know. Just
Yeah.
different, I guess. light tonight, but whatever. Anyway, you be
It
well.
was lovely. It was warm.
We're
It
so
was
glad.
loving.
Yeah.
Nobody could
So
tell
glad
you were
to see
nervous.
you.
You were great.
Beautiful.
Susan,
Take care.
you didn't take over the whole screen.
I didn't, oh my God. Just in the box,
Just the box.
just the box.
Susan and Tal, our favorite loyalists. Anyway, I'm gonna go eat dinner.
Yep.
Muriel,
Enjoy.
see you. Jackie, thank you.
Thank you. It was beautiful.
Susan and Tal, love you.
Love you too.
And Muriel, be well. We'll meet on
You too.
another happy
Stay
occasion.
well. Everybody stay well.
You too,
You
honey.
too.
Thank you.
Shabbat
Bye,
shalom.
everybody. Shabbat shalom. Thank you.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
I'm